Maddie swings, and the new boy flinches. Ruby's heart skips. It always does. Maddie is not hefty, which is part of why it's a surprise to the boy. She's long, even for 16. You might imagine she's 20. Her breasts are round, but her hips are narrow, and her legs are a filly's. Stilts. The other girls her age are half a head shorter. Ruby, her younger sister, feels awfully round, awfully short and soft. But her eyes follow Maddie with mostly adoration, hardly any jealousy. Their mother, Dina, a huge woman with marvelously delicate fingers, does Maddie's hair in endless narrow braids. They become tight lines of black light when Maddie lets them dangle, and even when she pulls them back, the gleaming streaks make her taller, longer. An educated person might use the word lithe, but there are no educated folk here, in the part of Leland they call Darktown, where the Negroes live. Ruby, just 14, just pulls her hair back and ties it behind her head. To mimic Maddie would be futile. The new boy doesn't think Maddie is strong. Her arms are smooth. But when she swings that bat, a fire shoots through her, slicing off of her shoulders and elbows, her wrists and knuckles, so that the new boy has the momentary sensation of a burning saucer flying directly at him. The ragged ball tears past his left ear so fast that it's well past second base before his body can react, and then he ripples, his neck and knees buckling at the same moment, his hips shuddering the opposite way to keep his balance. Ruby's eyes follow Maddie as she flies, her long legs electric. The new boy whirls to peer into the outfield, where boys are flinging themselves toward the escaping ball. Maddie is rounding second base as Ruby turns to look at the new boy. His skin is light enough that he flushes as the infielders giggle. "Maddie scare ya?" one of them calls. The new boy bunches up his mouth and exhales through his nose. Maddie leans on a knee at third base, breathing hard, unsmiling. She's played well as long as Ruby can remember. They used sticks for a long time, until finally a couple of years ago Tobias Farley produced an actual bat. All the neighbor kids crowded around it. It was rough and splintery, but only on the surface, no deep cracks or splits. Tobias claimed a white boy threw it away after getting a new one for Christmas, and why not pull it out of the trash? Ruby didn't believe him, but she didn't care. She watched Maddie close her hands around the coarse neck and let the solid weight of the wood pull against her forearms. The other children yammered, but Ruby was silent as Maddie turned away a step or two and brought the bat up over one shoulder. Maddie and Ruby had watched white boys play with a real bat. They sometimes crawled close enough to the white people's park, in under the line of tangled shrubs beyond left field. Maddie squinted at their hands, and back on the dirt field in her own part of town, she mimicked them, teaching herself to slash and sting the ball, even with a stick. But now, thanks to Tobias, a bat. Ruby watched her sister lean into it and rotate it around in front of her body. A kind of warmth seemed to flow directly out of her arms into the wood as she moved. "Try it," Ruby had cried, her round face radiant. No one else haggled for first try. Everybody knew if anyone could test a real bat, it would be Maddie. She stepped to the plate, a mostly flat rock and a scraped-out hollow in the dirt, and Tobias pitched the pitiful, floppy-skinned baseball. Maddie ripped the bat around to meet it. The wood made a sharp cluck as it struck, and the ball's stuffings exploded. Maddie stood wide-eyed, a stunned angel in a halo of twine dust. Ruby and the other children screamed, delighted, and the carcass of the baseball crumpled to the earth, a mess of leather and string clinging to the rubber-coated heart. By now, Ruby is unsurprised by the surprise. A new child in town is always astonished by Maddie at bat. Ruby almost might have snickered at this newest new boy, a braggart who insisted on pitching because that's what he did back in West Virginia. But she doesn't bother. After Maddie's first at-bat, Ruby always sees the flicker of fear in a new boy's eyes. The pitches arrive nervous after that. In the distance, a spoon strikes a frying pan 4 times. "No, finish," Ruby calls. But she knows it's pointless. Maddie, a good child,